Yes. Good morning, everyone. Today is another day that the Lord has made. We are starting off this day as we come towards the close of the year 2025. And this year, in particular, we've been talking about different aspects and different issues to do with multiple sources of income. And today's topic is going to be um, about the secret weapon of wealth. This is the secret weapon of wealth. So keep tuned as we start off today's video. But we are going to do a recap of the things that we've been talking about this year about persistence and maybe multiple sources of income. So we've learned that we should never reject any idea, dreams, or goals because a lot is expected from us. Because without success or action, nothing good will ever come out of it. Therefore, we need to dedicate uh, quite some sufficient amount of energy or resources to ensure that these goals are achieved. Um, the past 1 year, in the year 2025, has been quite challenging, but we've made it through. We've seen more time, energy, and a lot of our money spent to expand different businesses than ever because this is the time that we've taken to tune and understand how to manage our finances properly. Um, we know that hard work will always give us worthwhile results. So keep tuned in as we go to the next step about understanding um maybe the secret weapons towards getting wealth. And as we start off, I want to quote the words that was said by one of the professors or known as Kenneth Blankard. And he said that there's a difference between interest and commitment. When you are interested in doing something, you do it only when it's convenient for you. But when you're committed to something, you accept no excuses, only results. And I can support this by saying that excuses are tools of incompetence, and those who flourish in them seldom do anything at all. So, if this year has been a year of making excuses, then you seldomly do nothing or maybe do anything, so to speak. So I still believe that we are committed towards making things work. We are committed to making our financial goals reach the optimal levels, and that we are also committed towards seeing these maybe the coming year being a success in the different kinds of business that we are doing. Um, so into this topic, we are going to talk about masterminding. And I'm going to reference one of the books known as the Millionaire Mindset, done by Gary Robert. Um, he stated that the masterminding is an effective tool that has been used to solve solutions or maybe to bring solutions to different challenges by allowing different people or teams to brainstorm. Um, this one happens when people are in a team and when you're in harmony, when you have clear and distinct goals to achieve maybe your long-term goals in the long run. So it provides more creative sources which are maybe greater than when you have an individual input. Um so for instance, you can take this perspective if you have one candle and you expect that candle to light a room for you. Instead, if you have several candles, you can use the only existing candle to light the others. At the end of the day, you're going to see that the flames from different candles will be much more brighter than when you have that individual candle burning alone. So that is the secret which I'm calling masterminding. Once you work as a team and in harmony, you are likely to be more creative and likely to solve problems more than ever, because we live in a world of unlimited opportunities or unlimited possibilities, so to speak. So, if you would work as a group, just like Gary Robert stated, you're likely to tap more. Okay, you are likely to tap more into that environment or maybe that business by applying the element of creativity. So, this is a secret that I'm passing to you. It's a secret that I'm passing to you that most of the businesses or corporates do. I was reading a script from a newspaper this week, and I was learning that one of the biggest banks in Kenya was started using Kenya shillings 5,000 by then. And using this topology or using this aspect of masterminding, the founder was able to generate more and more revenue with the time. So you can also see this terminology explained by Napoleon Hill, because who is the author of the popular book Think and Grow Rich. Although he was maybe one of the fastest, or maybe he was one of the fastest thinkers in history, um, we can see that he proposed that organizations or maybe startup corporations can create peers or form peers so that they can receive support, encouragement, maybe provide contact, knowledge, or even advice. This one gives you an operating edge compared to when you're working as an individual, maybe as a sole entrepreneur, or when you're working in a small partnership. Um, I think we have different strategies that you can use in your corporate to achieve effective masterminding, because this is the actual and the biggest secret to wealth. Um, so there are different strategies that you can use for masterminding. Sorry. Um, so um, so one of the basic strategies maybe for effective masterminding is choosing the best of the best in your team. You can choose to maybe choose five or more persons who can form part of your masterminding group. So in my other video, I talked about choosing the best teamwork and choosing them carefully. Because these ones will influence how much time you're going to spend. Maybe you also don't want to be in a masterminding group with guys who are publicly ridiculed, or those ones whom people speak harshly about. Um, so you have to associate with a team that is ready, or a team that believes in the power of masterminding. So you don't need the skeptics who are going to bring your group down, because you want everybody who is attached or attracted to the vision that you have in the group. Um, so that is why you have to understand that prosperity is a win-win-win game. So everyone is better in the group. Um, you need somebody who is going to assist you with ideas, or maybe provide that creative element towards helping you to achieve your overall group, or as your overall goals as a mastermind group. So one of the key elements to consider in the team that you want to choose is, do the person that you want to meet has a growth factor? So that is one of the key elements that you have to choose. You also have to determine in advance um, how things can work so that you can have a strategy. You also, another strategy that the guys who've excelled in the corporate world talk about is that you also need to understand or maybe have an initial kickoff meeting, so to speak, so that you can invite your team members to your first mastermind meeting. Um, you need to tell the people that you have this mindset that you want to move with growth. You don't want to be slow paced. So you need to keep growing. So at this first meeting, that is when you talk about the lessons that you want to cover, the points that you have to begin so that you can have a support system from the start. Um maybe something else I would wish to talk about is that you need to understand that all of you need to work as a group so that you can properly understand your return on investment, what you expect, what you don't expect. So this is one of the most fundamentals that you have to cultivate as you start, in a way that you want to dedicate your resources towards the group. Then in your masterminding group, you also need to create a sense or maybe demand that high level commitment from each of the members. So this one will assist you to operate effectively and ensure that different setbacks don't happen. Because if you are not committed to the process right from the start, if you are not committed okay, you are not properly appraised towards growth, maybe towards success, or maybe providing your resources and time to the group, then you can as well quickly leave the group as early so that you can leave those committed and dedicated members to plan their growth strategies. So this is one of the secrets that we talk about because um as I'm saying, in most of the cases, people fear the fact that they don't want to be told that they are chasing other people away when they don't show commitment. But let me tell you for sure, if you don't do that in your initial stages, then your mastermind group is not likely to excel. So you also need people who don't have a quitting habit. You don't need quitters, because if you have somebody who is a quitter, then you are not likely to join the list of millionaires, because most of the people that quit normally don't have the audacity to bear the risks involved. They don't have the courage. You also need to organize your mastermind meetings as well. So by applying this approach, you need to have individuals or people with startup groups um, who are keen to understand the purposes of these meetings. Um, because if you don't have a predetermined schedule, then you're likely to fail. So one thing is that each of the partners should provide leadership, because if they don't have the leadership skills, then you are likely to fail. So it should also be goal oriented, action oriented, because you don't take action when you don't expect any result, so to speak. Um, um, don't want to say something, but I think action, action, action is what bears the results. So if you keep on masterminding and having a lot of meetings but you don't take action, then you are only wasting time. So I learned of a quote by maybe somebody known as Lillard Van de Wall, who said that you have ever learned nothing you have learned totally nothing until when you have a permanent change in results. So you either move towards the growth mindset. Um, we've been talking about this MSI thing, multiple sources of income. Then um, you're supposed to see some exponential growth in your income. So I'm not selling hot air, but what I'm saying is you should always see the results of your action, so to speak. Um, all that is required is for you to think big. Just need to change your perspective on business. Once you want to do a certain business, you can start right from the goals. I want to achieve this amount. I want to achieve 100,000 USD. I want to achieve 10,000 USD. So, if say you maybe let me give an instance of thinking big. Maybe in farming. If you're in farming, you don't start by planting maybe 2 jerrycans of onions. You need to have the desired resources. If I want to create, let me give an instance of a simple figure so that I'm specific, so that I don't sound ambiguous. Um, if I want to achieve 5M, I need to understand I want 5 million Kenya shillings. So right from the start, I need to understand how do I get these 5 million Kenya shillings? How many kgs do I need to bag so that I can sell my onions at this fair price and get this amount? So let's say for instance, you understand that you're getting maybe you need like 100 tons. If you need like 100 tons, what kind of how can I achieve 100 tons? I can possibly achieve 100 tons by maybe investing in 5 acres of land. That is how you partition and think big. Then from there you start with square one. So for 1 acre of land, how much investment is required? Then you also have to understand the risk scenarios. um you understand the risks involved in business because prices might also vary, the cost of produce might also vary, the cost of materials might also vary. So you need to take all those things into account. So right now, especially with the invention of AI, you understand right from your goals, you let your mind fly back, you generate as many ideas as possible. So once you are in a masterminding group, you can generate all these ideas, define what time is required for these ideas to mature. Then you need to shed off your mind and say, these are the kind of solutions that will be provided to my business. These are the guidelines that I want. This is what I want to achieve at the end of the day. So right now, as we are coming towards the close of your the close of this year 2025, we need to understand that as we spill towards 2026, we need to start big, thinking big from different perspective. We need to not only thinking big, we also need to move quickly. We need to keep our ideas flowing. We need to take action because once you are in that group, you also need much more speed than ever, so that your logical mind can work and produce the desired results. So one thing I've learned in most of masterminding groups is that they never reject any idea. That one idea that you have, you just have to record it down, start from the results, then come down to what inputs, what time, what is required. Then from there you engage like-minded partners who are going to help you polish up all that is required, so that if at all you have things that don't work. Then you brainstorm and say, we've tried this, but it didn't work. Can we try something else? That is one of the strategies that masterminding groups assist people to do. So, as I said, that you also need to network wisely so that you can have people who are willing to contribute. You can have people who are willing to also maybe get to the millionaire net, so that in case you're in that cohort, you are able to talk and maybe prioritize on different ideas. You also need to decide which ideas you need to act on. So one last thing that I want to talk about is that you also need to get moving today. You have to move into action. So you need to move into action, because without action you expect nothing. So that you don't have ideas that align in your brain. So thank you guys. Today was just a recap of what we've been doing, and just giving you a short summary of maybe what we can do come next year. You can start your own masterminding group. You need partners to support you with ideas. Then you also need to implement in a way that you won't fail. We've also seen that you need to start right from the results. Right from the results, then you lay a strategy coming backwards until you understand the unit cost, the unit input that is required for you to get that extra coin. So 2026 is a year that we are going to start flying high. It's a year that we are going to start with a high tone. There is no wasting time. There is no relaxing in this year 2020, 2025. So God bless you. God bless you all. Continue subscribing to my channel, Elijah Wanjoy. This is your number one financial coach. This in this platform, we give you free things that you're supposed to be getting for your penny. But because you want to move um in the boat, we want to sail in the boat together. That is why I'm giving this information for free. So for any financial consultancy, feel free to reach out um, by commenting on one of my videos, and I'll make sure that you have the desired assistance you require. Thank you very much. Continue subscribing to my channel as we move over to the next year. Wish you a merry Christmas and a happy, blessed, fruitful, and a year of moving into action next year. God bless you so much.